This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Total Red Man has ever done something like this to me! It's, time!
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the dregs of humanity!
Episode 222, Submission 510, He-Man and She-Ra, a Christmas special. He-Man and She-Ra, a Christmas special, aired in syndication during the Christmas season of 1985.
Well, folks, it's the early to mid 1980s, and one of the greatest toys ever to come out of the early to mid 1980s was just in its prime. The story of a young prince who becomes a mighty barbarian, the self-proclaimed strongest man in the universe. And as we all know from the TV show of the same name, only a handful know the secret of him and his double life. Of course, that would be the Sorceress of Grayskull, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. By the way, the Man-at-Arms, Duncan, is the Man-at-Arms.
That's his name, huh?
That is his name. And Orko, of course, the court magician.
Who has no face.
Who has no face, unless, you are in love with him, or he's in love with you. That'll show you his face.
What's his face look like?
I don't know.
Okay. I guess it'll always be a mystery, Orko's face.
It probably always is. So, again, we have He-Man, Masters of the Universe, popular show as it is, and of course, as popular of a show as it is, as anybody who lived through the 80s can tell you, what was the point of the show?
To sell toys.
To sell the toys.
Yes.
They sold a lot of toys. So much so that Filmation and Mattel worked together to come up with a spin-off. And the spin-off had something to do with his sister.
His sister?
Prince Adam's sister. Separated at birth and, made to carry the legacy of She-Ra, Princess of Power. She-Ra, Princess of Power, is the secret identity of Princess Adora. And as She-Ra, she leads the rebellion against the evil forces of the Horde, as led by the villainous Hordak. Yes, give Mattel all of the credit in the world for being very creative. But like He-Man before it, what was the point of She-Ra?
To sell crap.
To sell crap.
To sell toys, except in Paramus on Sundays.
Except in Paramus on Sundays.
Oh, neat!
Oh, neat!
We will never get tired of that. But there you go. That is basically the story. And you know what? It is a story that endures to this day. Netflix has just rebooted He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It is really, really good. And of course, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, one of the great animated shows to come out of Netflix and DreamWorks. And then there was some movie in 1986.
Oh yeah, with Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox.
Frank Langella as the evil Skeletor.
Oh, by the way, Chico, I said Courtney Cox. Sing it.
Courtney Cox, I love you. You're so hot on that show.
Okay. But in Christmas of 1985, they decided, you know what, we're going to bring He-Man and She-Ra together in a Christmas special for 1985 to get these kids excited for the Christmas season. And I've got to mention, okay, now the reason I scheduled this episode is because I mentioned in the past, one of my very good online friends, Blade Braxton, he passed away back in April. Blade, of course, from WrestleCrap.com. This was one of his favorite Christmas specials, the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. So I decided, you know what? I thought, I'm going to honor him by putting this special on our schedule for December. But also, I want to mention a funny story involving Blade and his love for He-Man.
All right.
One time, okay, he went to this amusement park, this ghetto amusement park, where they advertise we're gonna have He-Man, we're gonna have Skeletor, and we're gonna have Man of Arms.
Greg really didn't watch much of He-Man. His older brother was more of a fan of He-Man, so forgive him when he calls Man-at-Arms Man of Arms.
So Blade went to this amusement park, so excited to meet He-Man, Skeletor, and Man of Arms. And do you want to know what they all were?
What were they all?
Oh no.
He-Man was like this guy who worked at the park with like this generic armor that he probably got at like a costume shop.
Did he at least have the blonde wig?
No.
Oh, God.
He was like this stoner dude or something. Man of Arms had an Aquaman mask.
Oh, jeez.
And now I'm saving the best for last.
Oh no.
At this ghetto amusement park, do you want to know what Skeletor looked like?
I'm guessing.
Okay, this is going to be my background for the rest of the episode. So, sorry, Keenan, Wynn, and Sundance. You're going to be gone for this episode. Okay. Do you want to know what Skeletor looked like?
What does Skeletor look like?
Is this actually a picture that Blade took?
Yes, this is actually a picture he took.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus!
It's like the skeleton version of Clifford the Big Inbred Dog. There's a chromosome or two missing there.
That is Ghetto Amusement Park Skeletor.
That was indeed Ghetto Amusement Park Skeletor. Look, he's not even blue.
Now,
What
wait
the
a second.
hell?
I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
If you know, when was this taken?
This had to be like around this time, like 84, 85-ish.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible.
That's
terrible. That's terrible.
That lives up to its Ghetto Amusement Park Skeletor.
Doesn't even have any definition. I mean, look at him.
No! That is scary. You know what?
At least
When
you see Skeletor on the TV show, he has definition. He's basically a recolored He-Man with a skull and a hood for a head.
Yeah, this has nothing.
This has nothing. Look at this guy. Just look at him.
The makeup job in Dead of Night for the kid from $1 Million Duck was more scary than that.
Well, did you just purposely make another $1 Million Duck reference?
Yes, I did.
Gee whiz.
Well, it was either that or the David S. Pumpkins Halloween special. So
he's only mentioned $1 Million Duck like each of the last 2 or 3 weeks. Wow.
You know I love $1 Million Duck, Mike.
Yeah, about as much
I
as you
know.
love wings, but enough about that.
Oh, wait! Guys, I love wings.
No. Hey.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
It made Tony Shalhoub's career.
It did make Tony Shalhoub's career. Oh, and I want to let you know something, okay, guys?
Uh-huh.
You know, whenever I'm in New York City and I have the urge to see a Broadway show, you know what I want to see?
I'm not touching it. I'm not falling into this trap. I'm not saying it.
I want to see
He
Rant.
wants to go see Rant.
I want to see Rant.
Oh.
I want to see Rant.
Oh, God.
Okay, I fell into the trap.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about. He-Man and She-Ra, this incredible toy cabal that was a license to print money for Mattel. And if you remember the Macy's Day Parade episode we did a couple weeks ago, one of the big floats they had was He-Man fighting Skeletor in Castle Grayskull.
Yes,
It was incredible.
it was.
So, some enterprising sort at Filmation, namely the writing team of Don Heckman and Bob Forward. By the way, Bob Forward, one of the developers of previous installment, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. And Don Heckman, again, one of the lead writers at Filmation, but did some work on the side for previous entry Saturday Supercade and future entry Jason of Star Command. They got together and flushed out a story of He-Man and She-Ra celebrating Christmas. Okay, now the big question. Because anybody who knows He-Man and She-Ra knows that the main story of He-Man takes place on the distant planet of Eternia, where they have no knowledge of Jesus, Santa, Moses, Hanukkah Harry, Tim Meadows as that Kwanzaa character.
Tim Meadows, what a deep
Rudolph.
cut! Tim Meadows is that Kwanzaa character on SNL.
From that, yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, they have no knowledge of the holidays. But what they do have is Adam and Adora's birthday.
Oh,
And apparently, on the planet Eternia, it's kind of a big deal.
oh,
But that still doesn't answer the question, how do these, for all intents and purposes, aliens celebrate Christmas?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find out, shall we?
Well, before we do, I just want to run down just some of the basics here. Everybody in the cast is reprising their roles from the syndicated series of He-Man and She-Ra. John Irwin as He-Man and Prince Adam. Of course, John Irwin, he reprised his role as He-Man on an episode of Family Guy, but he is basically known for this thing. This thing right here. And She-Ra, played by Melody Britt, who is basically known for... Well, actually, she is known for this particular thing, but she also played... Are you ready for this?
Okay.
She played Marcia Donnelly on the TV series Weird Science.
Oh, the TV series Weird Science
Yes.
with Vanessa Angel.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Okay. And then you have Alan Oppenheimer, who is just a legendary voice actor. He plays, of course, Skeletor and Man-at-Arms and Zipper. And George DeCenzo, who you remember as Major Benchley on Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and as Dan Gennaro on Joe's Life, the short-lived episode of 1993. Is that on the list?
Hey, Chico.
Uh-huh.
Did you say that Alan Oppenheimer voiced a character named Zipper?
Yep.
Zipper!
Zipper!
I was waiting for that. Queen Marlena and Tila was voiced by Linda Gary, who plays... Are you ready, Greg?
Who?
Aunt May on Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Oh, wow. The 90s animated series?
Yep.
Wow.
And then you have Lou Scheimer, who played, of course, Lou Scheimer, the executive producer. He played Orko, King Randor, Swiftwind, Spikor, Too Bad, Modulok, Cowl, Ratlor, Horde Prime, Father, and Multibot.
And of course, we mentioned Lou Scheimer just a couple of episodes ago because he was the producer of the Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And basically the man behind Filmation.
He was Mr. Filmation. And if there was a Mr. Filmation, there's got to be a Ms. Filmation? And that would be actually the daughter of Lou Scheimer, and she played Peekaboo, Perfuma, and Mother. But then you have two additions to this particular cast here. We have playing the voice of Alicia is Lana Beeson. This was basically her only real credit was this special. And playing the voice of a character named Miguel is R.D. Robb, who, are you ready for this?
Bring it. I know where you're going.
His claim to fame. He was in A Christmas Story playing the role of Schwartz. Schwartz was the guy who had his mouth washed out with soap. He is the reason why Ralphie's mouth was washed out with soap.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he got the crap beaten out of him by his mother.
Yep.
Just remember, he said fudge, but he didn't say fudge, if you know what I mean.
He said the F dash 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 word.
The
right.
breed mother of all dirty words.
Yeah, one that if we said it on this podcast, we'd have to bleep it out.
Of course.
Oh, fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word. The big one. The queen mother of dirty words. The F dash 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 word.
I gotta be honest, it's more funny if he just said fudge.
Okay, so if you're like me, you're wondering, who the hell are Alicia and Miguel?
Who the hell are Alicia and Miguel?
Let's find out, shall we, Greg?
Yeah, let's watch the special. By the way, this is on the official Masters of the Universe YouTube channel if you want to watch it. So, there you go. It's not illegal because, hey, if the people who run the Masters of the Universe IP say it's okay, it's okay.
It's okay.
All right, so here we go.
It's a happy time for us, dear Marlena.
Oh, just think. This will be the first time the twins are together to celebrate their birthday with all our family. Adora's friends even came from far-off Etheria, and they're all helping to decorate.
Oh, this is some decoration job.
Love the decorations. They brought everyone from Etheria.
Wanted him sleep in the floor.
Oh, Perfuma, thank you. They're beautiful. A little higher, Flutterina.
Oh, the decorations are amazing. Pete, Pete, Pete.
I think purple would look good up there, Peekaboo. Try it.
What
Huh?
a celebration. The preparations have been going on for days.
You know, it reminds me of how we used to get ready for Christmas at this time of year.
Christmas?
Oh?
What's that? An Earth holiday?
A very special...
Oh yeah, that's right.
holiday.
Marlena is from Earth.
I wonder
Oh,
where Adam and Man-at-Arms are.
yeah, where are Adam and Man in the forest? Oh. Yeah, with a war.
helping with the decoration?
There's a rocket.
In a minute. We're almost finished here. You know, if it works, this little sky...
Why is Orko hiding, Chico?
Picture of Skeletor's every move.
Because reasons.
Interesting. Think I'll take a look.
Oh. I'm sure nothing will go wrong with this rocket, Chico.
Nope. Nothing, absolutely nothing's going to go wrong with this rocket.
But how do I get inside?
Ooh. Oh, he dropped his book.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Oh no, Orko, what are you doing?
All right, Adam. I think we're in good shape for tomorrow's flight.
All systems on.
Oh no, he broke the lever!
Oh, that's not good.
What happened?
What did I do?
Switch off the rockets.
Yes, Orko, what did you do?
You effed up, Orko.
I'm in big trouble.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you fudged up, but not really fudged.
He-Man and She-Ra. Whoosh! A Christmas special. Whoosh! Written by Don Heckman and Bob Forward. Directed by Ernie Schmidt and Bill Reed.
By the way, the music, of course, Haim Saban and Shuki Levy,
Yeah. Whoosh!
a.k.a. the people who wrote the soundtrack to your childhood.
What is it?
That's a meteor. A meteor? You better have your eyes.
A meteor?
Lame brain. Yeah, watch it, Motor Mouth.
Enough. Too bad. Get that ship before it escapes, or I'll put both your heads in orbit.
Left it is.
Skeletor is very pissed.
Yes, sir, Skeletor.
He's just pissed after that imitator that Blade saw back in '85.
Oh no, it's the collector and it's chasing me.
What's happening?
The Sky Spy suddenly took off by itself. Look, Skeletor's going after the Sky Spy. Then He-Man's going after Skeletor. By the power of Grayskull.
Henshin the Go-Go, baby!
I've got a feeling my brother may need some help.
Get it. Scoop it up.
Scoop it up.
You're trying to grab more than you can handle.
Jumps onto the ship.
Yeah, I've almost got it.
You've almost got it. I've almost got it.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Oh.
You know, don't you know you deal with the most powerful man in the universe?
What is it? What's happened?
Master, it's He-Man.
Quiet. He'll hear us.
Shh. Sword. Sword.
That's the Sword of Grayskull. That's the most powerful sword in all the universe.
Use the force bell. Don't let him get away with it.
Yes, Master.
Are they? Oh no, they've tied He-Man up.
That's never good.
Oh no, he ripped it off. Good.
Oh no, he dropped the sword!
Oh no!
Dude, gotta pick the sword up!
Come on, He-Man! Pick up the sword!
Power sword, man!
Looks like you need a hand, brother.
Oh.
Just in time.
Oh yeah, She-Ra's here!
With her own power sword.
Zoop.
Let's get a little fresh air in here.
Ready? 1, 2.
Oh, smashed! They just punched the ship. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, they're still chasing Orko.
Does that look like Thunderbird 3D, y'all?
Try a spell? Why not?
I don't know.
Spy.
I stopped paying attention. This is so stupid. And also, I mean, honestly, the funniest part, Greg, thank you for putting the closed captions on. The
Yeah.
captioning is absolutely horrible, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, YouTube's auto closed captioning system is terrible.
The automatic pilot is
Yeah.
taking us back to Snake Mountain. What?
What?
They're going back to Snake Mountain.
Oh.
That's what you think.
Oh, he just ejected them all off the ship. And now they're all holding on to each other. Oh, there's only one parachute.
They're probably wondering how He-Man, Battle Cat, She-Ra, and Swiftwind are able to. Oh, wait, that's not Battle Cat.
I
That's just a motorcycle-looking thing. You probably wondering how He-Man and She-Ra are able to survive the vacuum of space. They're aliens.
That is true.
I can't understand how the ship just took off by itself.
Maybe this finder beam can locate.
How did it take off by itself, huh?
Phew, it's slowing down. Am I glad? Back home again.
You are not back home.
No, Orca.
Doesn't look like he's
You are far from home. You are
No,
so
that-
far from home.
We're going in.
Spider-Man's going like, "What's up?" But seriously, where is he?
Oh. He crashed the ship into some snow. And he's spinning.
Really piss poor filmation animation, folks.
I guess I should have fastened my seatbelt.
Oh, snow just fell on top of Orko. Moo.
This place is freezing.
Yeah, of course it's freezing, Orko. There's snow. What?
Somebody's in trouble. I better take a look. Miguel!
Oh. Oh. Avalanche.
They'll be buried by that avalanche. Oh, what spell can I use? Little children, up and away. Play in the snow another day.
Blue.
Well, you did say please.
Yeah, that's the magic word.
What's happening to us?
Oh, they're levitating the kids.
Hey, put us down. No, don't say that.
Oh.
Oh, too late. You broke the spell. And what are you doing out here alone in the snow anyway?
Getting a Christmas tree.
What?
A
Huh?
Christmas tree. Until we got lost.
Oh.
There. You're not really lost. You found me, didn't you?
Found you?
Yeah, I'm the one who's lost. My ship crashed just over that hill. Come on, I'll show you.
Because I was...
Find a way to get you safely home to your parents.
Because I was such a dumbass, I broke the controls on this ship and got lost.
What is it?
It's Orko. He's missing.
What?
Missing?
Yes, and we just found his magic book outside,
Where?
near the launch pad.
Oh no.
Launch pad.
Uh-oh. Oh, he
That-
must have stowed away in the Sky Spy.
Yes, and
Yep.
accidentally switched on the rockets. We've got to find him.
What's that? It's a flying saucer.
Nah, it's just a sky spot. Come on, let's go inside and warm up.
Yeah, let's go inside the ship.
You said you were looking for a
I'm sure nothing will happen.
First of all, it's a Christmas. No, I mean it's not a Christmas
Oh,
tree.
Orko's learning all about Christmas trees.
It's to celebrate Christmas.
Ooh, what's Christmas?
Hmm?
Everybody knows what Christmas is.
I don't.
When you get lots of presents.
Oh.
I think I like Christmas.
Well, presents
I thought,
Including
I thought-
He-Man toys from Toys R Us, except at Paramus on Sundays.
toward men. That's what the angel said.
Angel? Now I'm really getting confused.
No, it's not.
This from an alien
Listen,
magician.
If you really don't know about Christmas, we'll tell you the whole story. A long, long time ago.
I've got it. Here's where the sky
Of course, they're not going to tell us all about the whole, the star, the whole Joseph and Mary in a manger sort of.
No, because this is to sell toys, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the secular
that's a-
cartoon.
Plus, that's not going to fly in syndication.
Maybe on Etheria.
It's possible.
Well, if it's in the water, Mermista would know about it.
But can you have She-Ra contact her?
I think that can be arranged.
And the
Wink.
wise men followed the star until they finally reached Bethlehem.
Oh.
Beautiful story. But what about the gifts? You said there were gifts at Christmas. That's the fun part.
That's his big takeaway from this story, is the gifts.
Tell her.
Are you sure you don't want me to come along, sis?
No, Adam. If something happens to me, you'll be needed here.
Well, just be sure that nothing happens to you. You're my favorite sister.
Yeah.
For the honor of Grayskull!
Head to the go-go, baby!
Zap.
Swift Wind, son.
Yes.
I like the Swift Wind on the Netflix series better. He could talk.
On Christmas Eve, Santa hitches up his reindeer and flies all over the world bringing presents to boys and girls.
Presents? I think I like this Santa. Can I meet him?
Oh no, he only brings presents when you're asleep.
When you're asleep? Well, just as
He
long as
sees
he
you when you're sleeping, or go.
You mean Jingles Bells. I mean, Jingle Bells.
And if we don't find one, there's no way to get Orko back.
A water crystal. Yes, I know where one is, Shira. But it will not be easy to get. It lies in a deep pool near the old
A pool.
and is guarded by the beast monster.
The beast monster is real? I thought it was just a legend.
The beast monster is no legend, Shira. It exists and is very dangerous.
But if we work together...
Yes, very dangerous.
Meet
Very
me at the
dangerous.
ruins. If you can keep the creature out of the pool long enough, I'll find the water crystal for you.
Thanks, Mermista. Fly, Swift Wind.
And by the way, the auto captions on YouTube, hilarious at this point.
Yeah.
Thanks for Mr. Lies with Wind.
Not thanks, Mermista. Fly, Swift Wind.
What are we having here, Chico?
I don't know, but I don't like it. Looks shifty.
Well, She-Ra better hope the Cybermen don't box her.
That's right.
So this is the pool of the beast monster. Doesn't look as though anyone's home.
Wait for it.
Uh-oh. Someone's
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The beast monster.
Keep him
Looks like the Loch Ness monster, actually.
I'll do my best.
Where's the Yeti?
And the Yeti!
Ooh. It looks more like a dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That hurt.
Those ruins won't hold him long. Now, where's Mermista?
Where? Oh, jeez. This captioning.
Where's my mister it captioned?
Not where's Mermista. Where's my mister? I want to say, hey Google, her name is Mermista.
Because she's a mermaid.
And mist is like water.
Duh.
We could never have found it without Mermista.
What's that?
We could never
Mr.
found
Abstract? Abstract?
No, but it looks as though we found
What?
something else too.
Oh!
Are they?
Some kind of
It's the Cybermen? No. It is not the Cybermen.
It's... What the hell is that?
It's a robot.
I don't...
It's a robot.
Okay.
There's more robots. A
It's a
giant
whole bunch of robots.
Now
And they're
we have
very
to have
tall.
Those things to get the crystal back to Man-at-Arms. Watch it, Swifty.
What does this battle have to do with Christmas? Not a thing.
Got me.
But now we see She-Ra's Swiftwind trapped in a bubble.
Monsters, leave her. We must go to
Moisturized leaf, we must... Monstrance? This is
Yeah,
horrible
what's Dollar General? Yeah, what's Dollar General Cylon saying here?
Very evil and very dangerous. They're called
Something about moisturizing, I don't know.
friends the Manchines once told me about them.
The mansions.
The mansions, not machines.
The Manchines.
Oh my gosh. We should have a separate feed on this podcast just about us commentating on the closed captioning.
Hey, does anybody know that the Transformers is on another network?
I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of these evil things. Now, let's get out of here. Sword to flame. Better stand back.
Oh, flame.
It's going to get a little warm.
Oh yeah, in case you didn't know, She-Ra's sword of power can transform into anything. And also, she has a hell of a round
Now
test.
let's get the crystal back to Man-at-Arms.
Even if the crystal works, we'll need help from Orko. I hope you
Even if the crystal works?
They're gonna need help from Orko, and all I can say is,
Now it's up
we're
to
doomed.
Now they're singing carols!
What's that? I don't know.
What's...
I'm afraid. Oh, wait. Man-at-Arms has a transport beam. What did he tell me? Stand in the light. Orko! Don't be scared, Alicia. I think I know what it is.
Oh.
All we have to do is hold hands and move over there.
Oh.
You're gonna
That's-
bring these two kids to a far-off planet?
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. Oh, and the Christmas tree also went too.
Where is he?
There he is.
Oh, there.
Oh, there they are.
Huh?
Orko!
Who are your friends?
This is Alicia and Miguel.
We're so glad you're safe.
This is a region in the Gap?
It's a long story, and it all started when I got
Oh my
into the
God.
Sky Spy.
The Sky Spy. Oh, hold on a second. We're on this asteroid.
There is a great disturbance.
Horde Prime.
Spirit.
Oh, okay.
Goodness has arrived on Eternia. The power of Horde Prime may be threatened. Send for Skeletor.
Okay, that is not Horde Prime.
Get Skeletor.
So that's the story, and here we are.
Well, I can't believe it. You really crash-landed on Earth.
Will we be home in time for Christmas?
I'm not sure. Duncan?
I can't be sure. It may take a few days to recharge the water crystal.
But then we'll miss Christmas.
Oh
Got
no.
an idea.
Oh.
Christmas isn't for several days yet, but the twins' birthday is tomorrow. Why don't we combine their birthday celebration with a big, big Christmas party?
Oh!
Be fine. But what about Santa? Will he be able to find us?
Oh, of course, Alicia. Now, don't worry.
Who's Santa?
Huh?
You don't know who Santa is? I can't believe
Now Orko's acting like the biggest expert on Santa.
What you
He's
know about
flexing.
Santa?
He's flexing.
Christmas on Eternia may threaten my rule. I don't need any more goodwill.
Goodwill.
Find it and crush it.
Have no fear, great master. I will eliminate this Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Another day is past. You can't even handle that muscle-bound female She-Ra. Just a minute. What about the way he
By the way, Queen Marlena is indeed an Earthling. She crash-landed on Eternia and was taken in by King Randor. She stayed on Eternia, married King Randor, had 2 twin children,
That's me.
Prince Adam and Prince Adora. That's how Marlena knows more than a fair bit about
like it here on
her.
Eternia.
Everybody here is nice, but I miss Mom and Dad.
Oh, don't be sad, children. You'll be home soon. And until then, I'll make it seem like springtime.
Oh. Oh, magic.
Yeah, that's Perfuma. She does stuff with flowers.
No
Yes.
sooner said than done.
Perfuma, that's wonderful.
We've got just the right setting for my new Christmas song.
Let's try it.
Love and caring, peaceful
Fast forward.
Oh, wait, Mike, you're gonna wish you didn't fast forward when you're about to see in like a minute or two. Okay?
Orko and Cowl are dancing, by the way.
I'm just warning you, Mike. You're gonna regret saying fast forward.
Christmas season is a time of your heart. Now that's the Christmas spirit.
There they are.
I'm sorry. What? What about what?
I warned you, Mike. I warned you.
Okay, I'm just wondering, is the ambiguously gay duo writing that? Are Ace and Gary in there?
And I should note this is the part Blade always would talk about the giant. This is what he would call the dildo copter that shoots its ammunition. Look at it, it's shooting
it doesn't shoot it from the front. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It sort of reminds me of that Thanksgiving baking sketch on SNL. Oh my god.
All right, let's just play Kyle Mooney right here.
Should I go? I feel like I should go.
No, Mike, it's anyone's game. Ralph?
Well, it's easy to look back at Thanksgivings of old. But what will Thanksgivings be in the future? Thanks to a new era of space travel, we may know sooner than you think. My cake is a tribute to that.
Okay, and the white stuff is like re-entering the atmosphere?
Yes, ma'am, and the spunk is icing.
Looks like we have a tough decision to make. No, you don't.
Pete Davidson's enjoying that cake a little too much.
Pete Davidson, he was loving that cake. He was just eating all the cake. I guarantee you that was not part of the script. I bet you Pete Davidson was like, I'm just going to eat this cake.
Oh my gosh.
He did not. Oh god. I'm just. I can't.
Hey,
I just can't.
Hey, Mike, is the whammy here?
Yeah.
Hey, Whammy, are you seeing this right now?
Good God, I wish I wasn't. It looks like a giant penis. A giant metallic penis. It's like a giant robot's penis. What the hell's going on?
You can't say penis.
Oh,
then it'll be bleeped out.
Oh, Chico, this is where we're gonna play Charles Robinson on How I Met Your Mother saying.
I know what you're. I know.
No,
that's
that.
That's a penis.
That's a penis.
That's a penis.
That's a penis.
Oh,
that's a penis.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Did people not think this fully through when they animated this?
Nope. They did not.
They thought the kids in 1985 were so stupid they wouldn't get the symbolism of that.
No. I think the kids, they asked for the toys. Their parents would watch this, specifically their moms, their single moms that are lonely. And I think mommy's gonna have to stop off at the adult store while she's getting the action figures for the kids.
Oh yeah, something for the kids and something for the moms. Am I right?
Darn right. Mom's got to have an enjoyable Christmas too. Loaded with D batteries. I'm sorry.
No, man, no. The ones you find nowadays, they're rechargeable.
Yeah.
The really good ones have Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know this, okay?
Why? I'm going to ask, why do you know all this about that? And please...
Like, why do I know all of this about that?
Don't incriminate yourself. Remember, this is going to be heard by people on the internet.
It's like, what? It's like, how do I know all of this about that? That's a good question, Mike. Moving on.
Moving on very fast, yeah.
Oh no!
Bo, you better do so. Oh no.
Oh!
You'll be sorry.
Now,
He-Man and
are you
She-Ra
gonna
find out.
capture Orko too? Why?
Oh, that's terrible.
We've got them, Master.
Good. Take us back to Etheria, Catra.
Good job. Take the Slongcopter back to wherever.
We couldn't get Orko and the children. Hordak was too quick with his freeze beam.
Were you able to track him?
Yes, in the beginning. But Hordak was taking them to Etheria. I don't know where they are now.
Well, the first thing we have to do is find him.
Right. Let's check with Peekaboo. Maybe her multivision can help find the children.
Maybe they have some sort of like really powerful radar, and they're just looking for this blip that looks like a giant dildo.
There it is. There's the dildo. The dildo copter. Oh!
Jeez! No! No!
Good night, everybody! That's the show. Good night, everybody. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Nope.
Oh, I can't go on. I can't go on. Oh my gosh.
Okay. To paint, I'm not sure I want to paint a word.
Don't paint the picture. No. No.
All I can say is, you know how to work Google. Look up He-Man She-Ra Christmas Special on YouTube. Fast forward to 24:45. That's all I'm saying.
Let me just paint the description.
No!
It's very similar to what the dads were doing during the Cheryl Teague's part of the Sears Laserdisc.
God. Oh my God. Oh, now I can't get that image out of my mind. Oh
Bet your
my
bottom
gosh.
dollar, am I right?
Oh.
It's gotta be Cheryl Teagues.
No. Oh gosh. Get off that still frame.
Please. Greg. God.
Oh God, hopefully it doesn't move back and forth.
Oh,
jeez! That's almost as bad.
Damn it, Mike.
Why did you stop us? These prisoners were being delivered to Horde Prime.
The prisoners stay here. You may go.
You don't think I'd leave them here?
Shut up, you dollar store Dalek.
You have 10 seconds to gather your beast companions and depart.
What? No bucket of boats is going to push Hordak around.
No, but enough votes is gonna push hard around. It said no bucket of bolts. No, but enough votes.
I do have some urgent.
I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, Mike. You saw the episode of It's Always Sunny recently, right?
You're talking about the season premiere?
The season premiere with
no.
Mac and Dennis with their singing the guitar with the ballot of votes on who to vote for, Donovan McNabb or Rocky Balboa.
Yes, I saw that. And just if you are a Sunny fan and you haven't seen the new season premiere, that first episode, 2020 Year in Review, that may have been the most brilliant episode of anything I've seen in a very long time.
Yes.
The vote thing, it's a little slow. That's like the first third of the episode. But seriously, the last 2/3 of that episode, downright brilliant, hilarious. I don't want to spoil it.
It's on Hulu. Go watch it.
And also, if you don't get Hulu, if you have cable, sign up with your cable system, get access to the FX on demand or through their app, FX Now. The last 2/3 is seriously brilliant, and pokes fun at stuff that happened about 14 months ago. 13, 14 months ago.
And also the follow-up episode, The Gang Does Lethal Weapon 7, is great too.
Yeah, it is.
Haven't seen that one yet.
All I'm gonna say is Denise Reynolds makes a very unconvincing man.
G'day, former partner. Sorry I'm a little late. I got stuck up on some traffic on the 405. Yeah, I got off at Sepulveda and then I made my way over to Moorpark. From there, I sort of wiggled down to Tahunga. Then I ticky-takied over to the Laurel Canyon.
Some urgent business elsewhere. Just wait till Horde Prime hears about this.
He runs like a Welshman.
Oh.
When Horde Prime comes for them, we will deal with him. As you command, number one.
Oh.
We know the children are in the fright zone, but we don't know where.
I'll try to help.
Music.
I see them. They've been captured by the monstroids.
Oh.
I knew we'd have trouble with them again.
Yes, but the little robot people have gone to rescue the children.
Robot people?
Robot
You mean the
people?
machines? Exactly. And they'll need help. The monstroids are very
The monstrants are very powerful, Mike.
We'll cut them down to size. Let's go, sis.
This is a pretty mess, and it's all my fault.
Yeah, it is.
It definitely is Orko's fault.
I didn't do a very good job. Hello.
Hi.
Who are you? My name's Cutter. What's yours?
Cutter?
I'm Orko, and this is Alicia and Miguel. But how did you know we were here? We're the Manchines. The Monstroids are our enemies. Come on, let's get you out of there. But how? The window's got bars. They don't call me Cutter for nothing.
Oh! Oh, I see why they call him Cutter.
He has buzzsaws for hands. And he looks like a lobster. No, seriously. He looks like a lobster.
Who's his cousin? Zipper!
That's Zipper. Oh my gosh.
Riding a tricycle! Zipper is a tricycle!
Zipper is a tricycle!
And they're never gonna catch me! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Zipper!
Put them back in the cells, and the Manchines with them.
You're pretty good at giving orders, Metal Mouth. Now let's see how good you are at taking them. Move away from my friends.
It's He-Man.
Seize him.
Seriously, nobody can pick up that he and Prince Adam are the same person.
Yeah, I know. It's so ridiculous. They can't figure this out.
I mean, even Queen Marlena could figure it out eventually.
Teach him a lesson.
I think you need a lesson in adding, Ironhead. Sword to lasso. Clumsy, clumsy, clumsy.
What works for my sister works for me.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Doom.
He-Man don't play.
Zipper, we better call our cousins. He-Man and She-Ra need help. Right! Orko, why don't you find a safe spot for the children? Right!
Not many people know this, but this looks like the plot of the Masters of the Universe motion picture.
Yeah. Oh.
Except without the machines.
We'll send the
Yeah.
asteroids back to the junkyard.
Right where they belong.
Let's get to work.
Oh, right into that metal hammer machine. Oh, they tripped.
Oopsie daisy.
Oops. Cut in half. Oh! Oh, isn't it? It's a Manchine puppy.
And it's a Skeletor.
Oh no, what's Skeletor gonna do? Oh, Prime will reward me richly if I deliver those to its children.
Yes, from the planet It.
They're gonna be delivered to the planet Alexa if you deliver those to its children.
What? Ha! Got you at last, you troublesome tots. Let him go.
Oh. Boom. Oh no.
Why does everybody want these two kids from Earth anyway?
Thanks for your help.
Beats me.
Look.
Skeletor's taking the kids.
We'll see about that. Swift wind.
You notice that Battle Cat is nowhere to be found?
Yeah, I know.
I know Cringer's like this cowardly, iotic tiger, but come on now.
Don't be so sure, bonehead.
Who's calling who bonehead, Skullface?
He wants the reward himself.
Oh no, now they're fighting over who wants the reward.
That skull-faced scoundrel has damaged my ship. Now I'll have to turn back. But first, I'll make sure that he doesn't go anywhere.
Oh.
We're going down. I'll get you for that, Hordak.
Oh.
We'll have to crash land in that snow.
Oh. They...
Swiftwind, are you all right?
Yes, but where are the children?
Skeletor got away with them, but don't worry. Now that you're free, we'll get them back.
Okay.
Go, brother.
That'll work.
Oh, now they're all trapped on the mountain.
Drat that Hordak. He'll be back with reinforcements. Well, we won't be here. Get moving, you two. We have a long walk ahead of us.
I don't think we can.
Oh. It's too cold.
He doesn't have any sort of. Wait, he doesn't have any sort of henchman. What is stopping these kids from running away?
I said move. Move it.
Please, mister. Be nice.
He doesn't know the meaning of the word nice.
Christmas time? What's that?
It's a season of love and joy.
What?
Oh, hold on. Here we go again. The secular version. We'll give you the beginning. We'll give you the absolute end about the three wise men, but nothing in the middle.
A season of love, caring, joy. Yeah. What a disgusting idea.
Skeletor isn't like that.
He ain't about it.
Now get moving, you two, before Hordak comes back.
Get to me, you two, before her dad comes back. I'm sorry, mister, but we're so cool.
Sure.
I just love the closed captioning.
So you're cold.
I think the girl is dead, actually.
Oh. Oh, he gave him coats. Oh, how nice.
Thank you, Mr. Skeletor. You are very kind.
Kind? Never use that
What?
word around me.
Don't you dare say kind. Okay, now walk.
Walk before I change my mind about you.
Leave him.
No. Leave the dog.
I said leave him. Now move.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no, Skeletor's.
Skeletor has a heart. That's...
Oh, how can you say no to that?
Oh, blast it! I don't know what's coming over me.
Oh.
Whatever it is, I don't like it.
Oh, look at that.
Licking my face, you dratted dog. Get away from me.
It's licking his face.
Get off.
It was nice of you to save Relay, Mr. Skeletor.
I am not nice.
No, he's not nice.
No, stop that.
No, he's not a nice man. He's Skeletor. He's a bad man.
We'll go faster if I carry him. But tell me more about this Christmas.
Well, it's a wonderful time of the year. Everyone has lots of fun.
You mean they get in fights?
No, they have fun.
Fights are fun. I like fights.
And you give each other presents.
And when you open them, they explode.
Well, just wait a few years, and once Black Friday is invented, you'll see plenty of fights.
Oh yeah, especially at the Gimbals on Black Friday in 1985. Everyone will be dying to get those Steve Urkel shirts. But also, remember, if you decide to go to Paramus on the Sunday after Black Friday, it's going to be closed for the Toys R Us.
No He-Man toys for you.
No.
A snow beast.
Oh!
It's like a snowman, and it's like an abominable snowman, and the saber-tooth tiger had a cross breed baby or something.
With a Wampa.
So much for the snow beast.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Skeletor. You saved us. You really are wonderful.
Oh. Look at he's
he's smiling. No, well, he was smiling. It was kind of creepy looking, but he was smiling.
Delivering you to Horde Prime.
It's a hard drive?
It's a hard drive. Not.
Please, Mr. Skeletor. We don't want to be taken by Horde Prime. Please don't.
Let him go, Boneface.
She-Ra and He-Man.
Why are they still wearing winter jackets? This is clearly a warmer environment.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take those children.
Hordak, double drat.
That's right, Skeletor. I figured you.
They're now on like their motorized scooters.
Now hand them over. Horde Prime will know who's number one.
They're mine, Hordak.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Good aim. You hit yourself. Now I'll take those goody goods.
Not if we can help it.
Now I'll take those booty foots.
Orko, go with them.
Right.
You're not delivering them to Horde Prime.
Forget it.
To Horde Prime.
Fools are delivering themselves to Horde Prime.
What is it?
It's Horde Prime.
It's High Pride.
We must stop him.
Robots, get them.
Come on,
Shiro.
We must stop him, robots.
Hang on, Orko.
We're on our way.
Oh, now the man-eating dog is licking Skeletor, trying to get him to wake up.
That's enough for me.
Here, catch, brother.
Thanks, sis.
Swingy, swingy, swing, swing.
Oh, strike.
Strike!
Good work, brother. Now let's get the children. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Horde Prime's got them.
know what's happening to me. But I must save the children.
That does not look appropriate. The
No.
way he held that between his legs.
The way he yelled it between his legs.
Nope.
Skeletors hit my engines.
Horde Prime ship is down. Let's go, She-Ra.
Let's go, She-Run.
Going to be angry with me.
You have made me angry, Skeletor. Very angry indeed.
Quickly, He-Man. Let's send this troublemaker back home.
Right you are, She-Ra. Ready?
Ooh. Oh.
Threw it all the way into space, son.
There, that'll take care of Horde Prime for a while.
Skeletor! They're great, Skeletor! Thanks so much! He saved us!
He saved you?
Yes, I guess I did.
Hmm.
I wish I knew why.
Oh, there's the smile again.
Feel well.
Well, I think you're feeling the Christmas spirit, Skeletor. It makes you feel good.
Well, I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil. Oh.
No.
Don't worry, Skeletor. Christmas only comes once a year.
Thank goodness.
And everybody's back at Eternia. It's snowing, and
Yeah.
the entire He-Man cinematic universe is at the castle.
Oh, here.
Including Santa. No, it's just Prince Adam.
Oh, thank you, Santa!
It's too bad you can't stay for the party, but I'm sure your parents miss you very much.
We miss them too. But Man-at-Arms says we'll be home soon.
That's right, Miguel. You'll be
You know,
home
if he
just
does
in
this
time
right,
to hang
it
up
would
your
be like they've never even left.
Ready to go?
Wait! Relay, go to Adora. Will you make sure Relay gets back to the machines, Adora?
Of course, Alicia. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you!
Or is it one of those things that transports through space but not through time?
Heavens, you're back. We were so worried.
Oh, Mother, Father, it was great! We went to another planet, and...
Oh, Miguel, don't make up stories. Tomorrow you can tell us where you really were. We're just glad to have you home safe.
But we did go to another planet, Mom. On it!
Look at the
And we
belts!
were Marco, and Santa Claus gave us these flying belts.
Now, Alicia. I don't know where you got those things, whatever they are, but it.
Now hold on, kids. The frostbite's clearly affecting your mind.
Oh.
Night, and Merry Christmas.
Oh.
I guess they made it back to Earth.
Merry Christmas, young lady.
That's the show image, by the way.
Brother.
Oh, you knew it was me all the time, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Well, Merry Christmas, sis.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas, movie house.
So that's how Christmas first came to Eternia. Not everyone celebrates Christmas, but the spirit of the Christmas season is within us all. It's a season of love and joy and caring.
And presents.
Presents are nice, Orko, but Christmas means much more than that.
I know, Adam. Christmas is a time of peace and caring and happiness.
That's right, Orko. And what would make you happiest this Christmas?
Presents.
Oh,
Oh.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are our thoughts?
That was the weirdest Christmas special I've ever seen, and I've seen Christmas in Pac-Land.
That really didn't have a whole heck of a lot to do with Christmas.
No. All I know is, okay, so if I am a 5-year-old Chico watching that for the first time, I'm looking at that as, okay, so Christmas is the time where we celebrate the angel and the wise men following the star to the manger, and then we take toy robots and beat the taste of the fool out of a toy robot.
That was just one wild special. But hey,
that was one giant what the heck special.
And we got to see Skeletor happy. Think about that.
It's like Skeletor actually smiled, and nobody had to die.
I know.
What?
Huh?
Excuse me, seriously, please and thank you?
Let's never forget that ship.
Yeah.
The one shaped like
the Ron Jeremy special.
Yes.
You could phrase it that way, and I think you just did.
Hey guys, you know what it's time for?
I can guess.
Did you really? Did you really find something related to this?
No. It's time for It Was a Thing on TV Haiku Corner.
Oh, good.
Nice.
We haven't done this in a while. Good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love this.
Because Blade loved his haikus on WrestleCrap Radio. I decided, it's appropriate I have it for this episode, okay?
All right.
Here's the music.
This is for Blade. Blade loves this music, too.
He probably would love this music if he was still with us, but okay. All right, here we go. Are you excited for this? We've just watched this amazing special. Orko, he went out, he played around with the ship, brought some kids back, and we had some wacky adventures. We had some, robots cutting, metal and stuff. We had Skeletor, and we had everything. It was so great. Well, here we go. Here's the big haiku that I took away from this special. A He-Man Christmas. What can we say except for Big Dildo Copter?
I love it. I love it.
You get all the snaps, Greg.
Yeah, you're getting a Christmas bonus of extra snaps. Oh my gosh. The dildo copter.
The dildo copter. Well, you can always go to our website, itwasathingontv.com, where you can listen to the 221 previous episodes to this episode. And of course, we got the live shows, we got director's cuts, we got mini-sodes, we got all sorts of fun stuff. And by the way, right now on the Place to Be Nation Pop Experience, we had just recently on the Wednesday drop, we released the 1981 Sears Teleshop Laserdisc catalog and our look at every guest star on the Love Boat, and also our latest mini-sode about Mr. D. And you know what? Dickety D. And you know what? Mr. D, he's a special cartoon just for adults. And you know what? He would have loved that dildo copter, Mr. D.
Yep, Dickety D.
He would have put the dick in Dickety D.
Dickety D.
Yes.
In the meantime, don't forget to follow us on all social media at It Was a Thing on TV, except for Facebook, where we are at It Was a Thing on TV podcast.
Yes. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention. The Place to Be Nation Wrestling feed right now also now has our episode on the Jesse Ventura story.
Yes.
One of our favorite episodes we did. Oh my God. One of the most historically inaccurate things we've ever reviewed on this podcast. And you know what? The best part is I put the classic commercial break right before the part where Jesse's wife gives birth. So when you hear "and now back to the show," you hear Jesse's wife scream. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect to go back in.
Well, you can hear that on the Place to Be Nation feed. You can also hear that on Podbean. You can also hear that on YouTube. By the way, if you're going to be on YouTube, do not forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell in order to stay up to date on future entries, like the 2 we have next week.
Next week, or tomorrow on Place to Be Nation Pop Business, or today if you're listening to this on Place to Be Nation Pop, or this weekend right now.
Sometime in the next week or so.
Yes, Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios are going to be presenting a cinematic event nearly 20 years in the making.
Yes.
But before that, we had these two.
Yep. One was a child of Maria von Trapp, and another one was a motorcyclist who got bitten by an alien spider.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounds weird, but it'll all make sense if you listen to us next week on It Was a Thing on TV. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Wow!
Mommy, I'd like some He-Man toys. Well, shut up. You'll get He-Man toys when I get my electronic dildo.
Just be sure not to go to the ghetto amusement park.
Yeah.
Don't get one of those ghetto dildo copters.
Yeah, Dollar Tree David S. Pumpkins right behind you, man.